Hello, gamers. My name is Chris, and welcome to the first ever Horton Brothers Grimm Videogame Podcast. We really appreciate you checking us out for our first episode. And joining me is my in real life brothers. Oh, yes, in real life. Scott.
Hey, what's up?
And Zach.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, these are my two brothers. We have known each other I've been alive for 38 years. So that gives me 38 years of knowing Scott and 37 years of knowing Zach.
Holy crap.
That's a long time.
Maybe. I'm only 21.
He's only 21, ladies.
Every year.
He does have children and a wife. Sorry. He's not available.
Well, I'm just kidding.
So the purpose of our good old podcast here is we're going to be talking about some video games from the past, the present, and the future. So what's going to be cool about it is when we talk about a game from the past, it's going to be stuff that we've played together when we were kids. So we're going to be reminiscing. We're going to talk about some fun facts about the game of the week, which this week we're talking about Super Mario 3, which is awesome. And it's going to be so fun, guys, and we're going to talk about a game from the present that we like to play. We're going to talk about a game from the future that we are looking forward to playing and give you our opinions and just basic smart aleck comments about each thing.
Sounds great. That's what I like.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And, guys, just to let you know, you can check me out on YouTube at my channel, Bang Bang Potato. I go by Tonic over there, but you can call me Chris here on this podcast. Scott, can you tell the good folks where you can be found out there on the internets?
My screen name is Death Dealer. I am found on the YouTube channel, The Games of Death. Come on over and check it out.
Oh, it's a great deal of fun. I'm telling you right now, guys, go check him out. And, of course, Zach, where can we find you out there, bro?
Well, on YouTube, I'm on Genova Destro. Make sure you put a space in between those two names. And then on Twitter, it should be, I can't even remember. I'll figure it out later. Tell you later.
It's somewhere out there.
It's like at Genova Destro, I think. Because for some reason, my bookmarks don't want to work today. So it's really upsetting.
Well, while he is consoling himself, guys, I will tell you more about how you can help us grow this podcast. If you will check us out on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review. It would be so helpful for us if you're enjoying what you're hearing. And of course, they're going to require you to leave a comment, but guess what? That comment doesn't matter. You can put anything you want to in there. You can put a flipping us the bird emoji. You can put in a Mario is my lover emoji. You can put anything. I don't even know if there's a Mario is my lover emoji.
If you can refrain from using emojis, I'll be down with it.
Type in I refrain from emojis, and that would be perfect. Just make sure you put the 5 stars and help us grow this podcast. Race up the charts where all of you good folks out there in video game land can hear us every 2 weeks. Does that win? It's going to be great.
Because that's how often I get out of bed. 2 weeks, every 2 weeks.
He will wake up and check your comments every 2 weeks, guys. So just be sure and leave them. We would appreciate it so much. All right, well, today, guys, we're going to be talking about the first game, which I told you earlier was Super Mario Brothers 3. Now, this game probably defined, in my opinion, our childhood in a way because we played this game tenaciously. I won't say tenaciously. And we stayed up late nights. We fought over the controller to see whose turn it was. All kinds of fun stuff. So, Scott, what was your first memory of playing Super Mario Brothers 3 back in the day?
Super Mario Brothers 3 was actually it was one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite games in the Mario Brothers series because I mean there was just so much about it. I mean you had my first impression of the game. I'm playing along and then all of a sudden you hit this block and a leaf pops out. Well, I'm thinking, what the crap is this? So you get the leaf and then Mario grows ears and a tail. I mean, how crazy is that, right?
Must have been one of them magic leaves.
I'm saying. So, I thought that was pretty neat. And then on top of that, because he had the ears and the tail, if you ran real fast and then hit the jump button, he would fly if you kept hitting it. That was never a thing in Mario. You couldn't fly in any of them before that, I don't think. But so that was pretty cool. I
You got
enjoyed
pretty
that
close
aspect.
with the princess, I guess, in Mario 2. Where she
Yeah,
could
'cause
do
she
the
could-
crouch
she could
jump and glide
Yeah.
a little there. And then Luigi thought
Yeah.
he was running in the air, so I don't know what was up with that. So.
I think Mario got jealous and he's like, you know what? I can't wear a dress, but I can wear a tail and I will fly, princess. Watch this. Watch this girl. And I always wondered if, since Mario had the ears, they never gave him his ears any ability when he had the freaking tail. He had ears, like bigger ears. Could he actually hear better? Could he hear the Goombas coming a little faster?
Well, the crazy thing is he ended up with 4 ears because he still had the human ears, plus the 2 raccoon ears that came out of his hat.
What was the...
I
don't
have no
get it,
clue.
man.
It's a mutant thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
swear.
It's because he
And
went
not-
through the
not-
sewer pipes. I mean, he passed the Ninja Turtles on the way through.
not only that,
Run through some
not only
mutagen.
could he, not only did he have ears and a tail with the leaf. If you were lucky and you got in one of those mushroom houses, and you pick the box or whatever, and it gives you a raccoon suit. Well, then you're completely dressed in a raccoon suit. Mario was a plushie for some reason or another. I didn't get
I
that.
think they called them what do they call those weird people like the
furries.
furries?
That's it.
Yeah,
Furries.
yeah, he was a furry. So Mario was a
He was
furry.
You know, actually, Mario started the onesie trend that everybody likes.
Yeah,
to do
because he
now.
had
You
the
know,
frog
you can go-
suit as well in the same game.
You can go
Yeah.
to Walmart and get you a suit, like you can dress up like a Ninja Turtle or Chewbacca or whatever. Now it's all onesies. It's for adults. So Mario kind of set the trend way back in the late '80s. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Why not, right? Why not? Why not?
Mario was probably wondering why doesn't anybody think this is cool but me? He needs to come into the future now. I bet Mario's happy.
He does
now.
like mushrooms, so who knows? Maybe that's why he thought stuff was cool.
That's true. That's very true. You know, you never know what those mushrooms were doing to his brain at the time.
Exactly. You know, telling what he was thinking. I bet he would shrink himself on purpose when he had the raccoon tail to reduce his Q-tip budget. It's like, I can't be cleaning 4 ears, man. Come here, Goomba. Bite me on the ankle. So, another cool thing about Mario 3 was that, you could find the little secrets. They had right off the bat in the first world, the first 3 levels, the first 5 levels counting the castle, you could get 2 warp whistles.
Actually, you could get 3 in the game. The third whistle, if I remember correctly, I know there was a ship that could appear if you did level. I think it was 4, the one that moved. If you did it correctly, if you get all the coins, you get a ship that could give you a third whistle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
that was the treasure ship, right? The one that had all the coins and
Right.
stuff on it. Yeah,
Yes, you had to get all the coins on level 4 on
Right.
the first world to unlock the ship, right?
Okay, never mind. Let's see. It might have been World 2. I'm not sure.
Was it World 2?
Let's see.
We'll have to look that one up. We'll see. Actually, I just found a YouTube video. Let me play it. Super Mario Bros. 3, the third magic whistle. It's in the sand, the desert. Make sure you have the hammer you got from beating one of the Boomerang Bros.
Yeah, you hit that block. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
you
it
bust
is.
a rock in
Yeah.
the top right.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
And then you could actually take yourself all the way to World 8 and skip everything good. Because World 8 was a fucking nightmare.
it definitely
It was.
Holy crap, dude! That the last tank or ship, the last airship that you had to run across, dude, that was brutal.
And that was just at the first time. That's before you even got to the freaking levels.
I know, right?
Because you had all that armada or whatever the hell it was in the beginning. And then you had to go through all that. Then you had to go through worlds or stages.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a
It
pain
was
in the
brutal.
butt.
It was brutal. I remember us sitting in the living room, passing the controller around, and like as soon as like one of us would get done getting killed, would storm off outside and probably chop down a tree or
There was
something.
no
just to get
storming
the
off
rage out,
outside. The controller got thrown. Let's just tell the truth.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah,
But I
we did throw the controller.
I'm sure Nintendo made some money off of people like us. It's just rageaholics.
Oh, they knew what they were
Dude.
doing. They knew what they were doing.
Hey, play
Those
this
airships,
game.
those airships and tanks. Yeah, they were definite rage fest waiting to happen.
Absolutely
Yeah, I'm
insane.
surprised. I can't remember us breaking too many controllers, though. That's how I think how tough those NES controllers were.
Yeah.
They were pretty hard to kill.
Yeah, I
I
mean
know,
they're still
man.
pretty tough. They had some thick plastic on them. Then you can't really say that much for the Super Nintendo controllers. They were made out of little more cheaper things, but those regular Nintendo ones, they were beastly.
They definitely took a beating.
Oh yeah, it was insane. I remember. We used to use that. I think we had the NES Advantage too that we would use on it.
Right.
I
right,
never
we
used
did.
it for that game. We had a game called Gyrus that we played, so that one we used for sure, and maybe Gradius I think was my main two. Oh, and Ninja Turtles the arcade game.
So yeah, no, Super Mario Bros. 3. I just, it definitely made an impact on me as far as what games could do. Because Nintendo actually put an extra chip into that game cartridge to make it have like the display on the bottom and things like that. They actually used the chip inside the game to make it more powerful. So it was one of the first games on Nintendo that really just had eye-catching graphics and really popped. Had great music. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful game. Even it's still beautiful even now.
Yeah, I think I played it earlier today. To be quite honest, I was playing with SNES Classic. You can put your games on there or whatever. And I played the Super Mario All Stars and played it for a minute. So in Super Mario All Stars, they actually improved the graphics because it was on the Super Nintendo. They actually improved the graphics even a little bit better, colors and things like that.
Yeah, and they upgraded the to 16-bit sounds too. It's like the music was a little more crisp and a lot clearer. So yeah, they did a lot of Super Mario 3 with it when they upgraded it on the Super Mario All Stars. It was pretty wild. Now, of course, I knew we was going to be talking about Super Mario Brothers 3 today, so I went looking around on the internet to find some interesting facts about Super Mario 3. So I found one cool website I've shared with you guys, as you should have it pulled up. It is called ScreenRant.com, and the article was written by Dylan Dimbrow on February 22nd, 2017. So this credit is to him. Dylan, thank you for writing this article. I thought we could just go over a few of these cool facts about the game, because some of the stuff I didn't even know. But like number 15, I did know this, that the whole game is a stage play. So like, in Mario 1, it was like Mario goes to save the Mushroom Kingdom. And Mario 2, spoiler alert, people, if you've never beat Mario 2, but sorry, it's too late for you now. It was a Mario dream at the end. It was Mario's dream when you beat the game. So Mario's asleep in the bed, dreaming about that game.
It's Bob Newhart all over again, right?
Oh, yes. Sorry, guys. You got spoiled. But it is, in Mario 3, it's actually a stage play. Mario and Luigi acting out their adventures in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of clues in that, or in the game, that kind of tell you. I mean, if you look, like the way the shadows fall on the blocks you jump on, and stuff is secured with bolts and whatever else. Look on the platforms.
Yep.
It kind of looks like it might be. I mean, I didn't know that until I actually read this website. I'll be honest. But now at the beginning, looking back, the whole opening with the opening credits with the curtain going up and all that stuff, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of just pops out at you after you think about it.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I read, I forget, it's probably, it had to been 10 years ago or maybe a little less than that, but I read it on a forum somewhere in a theories. People had game theories,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about how Super Mario Bros. 3 was actually a play. And actually, in 2015, it talks about in this website here that Shigeru Miyamoto, I just butchered that name.
Miyamoto.
He confirmed that the entire game was a performance. He actually confirmed that fact, which was pretty cool.
Right.
That he actually came out and said, hey, that's definitely the theory. Now, I guarantee you won't be able to get him to do that for a Zelda game, but he confirmed that for Mario. So Zach, do you see anything on this website that you thought was interesting on this article?
Well, you can go and look at where, like the ghosts were, based off of one of the developers' wives. Like she was shy or whatever, and then one day she yelled at her husband, Tezuka, Takashi Tezuka. So that was interesting to me.
So are you trying? Is your wife listening to this? Are you trying to tell her something?
No, not.
Yes, Zach's wife. If you're listening to this, just disregard that whole comment.
That's all somebody else.
This is just a dream. So yeah, that was a pretty cool fact about that. They actually, it's fun to see the inside, the behind the scenes type of things like that. Like they created what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god!
What are you trying to do?
The word that it's like a boo. Like you see a boo, you know that's Mario. You know it.
Right.
You see it. What's my word?
I don't know. Icon?
Oh, well. Iconic. Yes, there we go. Zach with the save.
That's what I do.
Boo is an iconic
I'm a hero.
character in the Mario games now. Like, you do not play Mario games without boos.
Right, and the boos were actually introduced in Super Mario 3. That's where they first appeared.
Yeah, that was their first appearance, and ever since they've been in everything.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mario 3 was the 5th game in the series instead of the 3rd. Just letting you know that. There was a couple of Japanese games, Super Mario's, that never made it. Like the special.
Of course, we're talking about Super Mario 3 American. It was called Super Mario Brothers 2 America. It was actually called Super Mario Brothers 2 USA in Japan when they released it over there.
Yeah, and they had, Doki Doki Panic, too, so...
Yeah, Doki Doki Panic too was that. But that's pretty cool that somebody's wife who gave him a hard time about working too much.
Yeah.
Well, turned into one of the most iconic video game characters you'll see. I mean, you see a boo, boom, it's Mario. You know it.
And now you know it's
Scott,
based
what about
on
you?
Somebody's wife. So.
Yeah, now we know. If you see a boo, you're probably going to think about your wife nagging at you or something.
Yeah, because that's what they do. I mean, what?
You didn't hear anything. Nobody said that.
I have no clue.
Oh my gosh.
One of the things I thought was pretty cool was it's number 8 on the list. Is the Koopalings were based on the programmers. They based each one of the little Koopa, each one of the ships you had to go on, each one of the main bosses for the ships were all based on some of the programmers of the game. And then that was in Japan. Now, when it came to America, the American adaptation actually named them after they named them after rock singers. I don't know that it was classic rock singers, but they were named after rock music legends or whatever. In the Japanese version, they didn't have names. They were just there, I think.
They were just the kids. Now, there was another website. Unfortunately, on this one, they didn't list the names of the one they listed in America. Let's see if I can find it. It was, here we go. So they named the 7 Koopa Kids after 7 famous musicians. Lemmy Kilmister, Ludwig van Beethoven. Oh, von Beethoven. I'm sorry, Beethoven. Roy Orbison. Wendy O. Williams. I don't know who that person is. Iggy Pop. Larry Mullins Jr. and Morton Downey Jr. So,
and see, I didn't know Morton Downey Jr. was a musician. I knew he was. I thought he was a famous stand-up comedian.
Yeah, he was like a comedian, talk show host type of dude. He must have done something musical.
Yeah, it must have been.
So I thought that was weird too, because I mentioned that to my wife. I said I was reading some of this stuff to her, and I said Morton Downey Jr. She was like, he was like a talk show host or something. Like he smoked cigarettes. He was real loud.
Yep.
So she's like, she didn't even know that. So my wife knows a lot of that kind of little trivia, but she did not know that. It was pretty crazy, but but I think they based the designs of the Koopalings off 7 of the developers.
Right.
Of the game.
The design of them, yeah.
Yeah. And then America's like, we need some cool names. We got to be able to sell some toys later, guys.
That's right.
Come on. It's like, come on, Japan, help us out here, bro.
Capitalism at its finest still.
No doubt.
We got amiibos we got to make in 20 years, guys.
20 amiibos.
Dang.
Let me tell you something about amiibos, but that's another day.
Yeah, that's another day. And then I thought one of the cool things on there was the Centaur Mario. Had they introduced, they got the P-Wing, the Hammer Brothers suit, and the Frog suit.
Yeah, but he never came about there.
And then they actually had a Centaur Mario. They was gonna have like mythical beasts suits for Mario. So he was gonna have a Centaur, and he was gonna have some other ones. But the only one they kept was the Tanuki suit, which is a mythical creature in Japanese folklore.
Which is the raccoon, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I think they should bring that back. They should like put that in one of the next Mario games or something. Like he could be a Centaur. Maybe make a Skyrim Mario type of game. That would be so sick.
An open world Mario game. I don't know.
Open world Mario game where he gets Centaur powers.
Maybe he could run into Sonic out there and punch him in the throat. I don't know.
Maybe he could. He could get Sonic powers.
Could be.
And run real fast.
Could be a dark day for Sonic and Mario. They kill each other or something.
I would love it. Nintendo. So take the Centaur suit and make a rated M Mario game. Let's do it.
Oh no.
I love it.
Mario's getting too far into this furry thing, okay?
He might end up being, he might end up getting into the brony community, so we might not have Pony Mario. Come on, guys, this is gold. Start making the amiibos. Let's go. Centaur Mario, Pony Mario. Did you guys see anything else in that article you thought was worth mentioning?
Not really. No.
Nah.
But guys, check that out. Though, go to screenrant.com and just look up Super Mario Bros. 3 trivia if you want to check out that article. And we appreciate those fine folks over there for allowing us to use it on this podcast without their permission. Thank you.
You're welcome, by the way. I'm just kidding.
But we did actually, we did credit them. We didn't try to claim their work. So.
No, I put all that time in.
I read some of these sentences in here. I would never claim this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dylan. Go back to school, bro. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking, Dylan. Don't sue me. So Super Mario Bros. 3, in a summation, if you will, was a pretty big deal for us when we were kids. It was. We didn't have our Nintendo very long before Super Mario Bros. 3 came out. I think we only had it for about a year and a half.
I don't know. We had that thing for a while.
Because Super Mario Bros. 3 came out in '89.
You sure? I thought it was 90 because of the ROM shortage.
Was it the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they did have that ROM chip shortage that kind of delayed the release. It was.
They had a big problem with games right around that time because of the ROMs, and then they were developing Super Nintendo stuff as well. And I think 93 Super Nintendo came out, so there was like a lot of NES games that nobody actually purchased and actually ended up in like landfills and stuff. It's pretty weird.
Right.
That's why there's some collectible like Kirby and stuff like that. It's really crazy. Huh.
Yeah. Mario 3 was released in the 90s. I think we got our Nintendo in like 88?
I think it was a lot earlier than that. 87, I think. Right when
we didn't move to Mississippi until 87.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm saying.
We didn't get the Nintendo until we moved into the house.
Are you sure?
In town, remember? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it had to have been like, I think it was Christmas 88 when we got our Nintendo.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right. So a couple of years, yeah.
And I know we played Super Mario like crazy. So.
Oh, no doubt.
True.
And when Super Mario Bros. 3 came out, that's hype machine, man. That was hyped. That was in that movie, The Wizard.
Oh yeah.
Which was just a 90-minute commercial from It's considered a 90-minute commercial by lots of people out there.
The movie, The Wizard's a 90-minute commercial.
That's what a lot of
Pretty
people
much. I
consider.
mean, it was all Nintendo.
You got the Power Glove. You got
Yeah,
the
that's true.
Nintendo World Championships. They're talking about that the whole time. I actually enjoyed that movie, by the way. It gets a bad rap out
It
there.
was a good movie, actually. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Some of you younger crowd.
Yeah, The Wizard. Check it out. It's definitely worth watching if you're a gamer.
Yep.
It has a lot. Super Mario Brothers 3 was a big reason that movie did well, because people wanted to see a sneak peek of the game.